Welcome to another episode of A Little Privacy, Please. I'm Jenny Holmes, and together with Jason Kravitz, we co-lead Nixon Peabody's privacy and cybersecurity team. Today, we're really excited to introduce you to Jackie Cooney, our newest partner in our group. Jackie comes to us with over 30 years of experience as a SIP US certified privacy and cybersecurity attorney. Jackie helps clients establish cybersecurity programs, enhance their data protection strategies, and navigate data breach mitigation and response. Jackie, welcome to Nixon and welcome to A Little Privacy, Please.
Woo.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
So, Jackie, talk to us about your privacy journey. How did you find yourself in this space?
You know what? It's a long story because I have been doing this for so long, but it really started back when I was in my early 20s and working in the Senate during the kind of birth of the internet, where there weren't a lot of rules around what data could be shared or stored or sold on the internet. And my boss at the time, the senator I worked for, became very interested in this. So that was kind of my introduction to it. Around that time, HIPAA also passed. So it was kind of the beginning of, the government thinking about personal information and privacy as something that required protection. And from there, I've worked at a variety of different firms, both in consulting and in the legal world, in order to start developing a practice that's really focused on helping companies create sustainable, flexible, compliant frameworks. I'm thrilled to be here at Nixon Peabody. I think that this is kind of a natural fit for me and the kinds of work that I do and the kinds of clients that come to me.
So, Jackie, what should or when really should clients pick up the phone and call you?
To be clear, I am not a litigator. That said, certainly I have clients who call me when they have received a demand letter or have been served with some kind of, claim that's been filed against them. But truly, my work is underpinned by regulatory compliance. So when clients should come to me is when obviously they have an ad hoc question about, a particular regulation. Does it apply to us? How does it apply to us? How do we comply with it? But more importantly, the focus of my practice is helping companies take a broader look at their data governance, privacy and cybersecurity compliance overall, really understand where their data is, where it's coming from, where it's being transferred to, how they're using it, and creating those kinds of compliant documentation and processes and workflows in order to create a sustainable kind of privacy program overall. And that is the bulk of what I do with my clients, really digging in to their program and figuring out if they need to fix anything and how, really from an operational, practical kind of perspective.
So what do you see as the biggest issues in the privacy and cybersecurity space for our clients, and what's on the horizon?
It's a great question, and it kind of, there's always kind of a flavor of the month kind of thing. I mean, we've seen a lot of California Invasion of Privacy Act demand letters and lawsuits recently, and I've had many clients come to me, just as you all have, and say, hey, I've got this letter, or I've gotten a suit filed against me, or I've gotten a demand for arbitration. What should I do with it? And my job is really helping the clients to figure out, okay, how did you end up here? What's going on with your website such that it attracted someone who was, looking to file a lawsuit. So a lot of what we've been seeing lately is companies kind of taking a deeper look at their online presence, at their websites, at their ad tech ecosystem to determine whether they're doing what they need to do to comply with the law, whether they are, providing the right notices and consents and setting expectations for consumers in that kind of online relationship with consumers. So that's been a lot of what I've been focusing on the last couple of years, again, from a more holistic perspective, right? A lot of the companies that I work with have a lot of affiliates and subsidiaries. They might have several dozen websites. mobile apps and other kinds of interactions with people. So that's a big chunk of what clients have been worried about lately. As far as what's on the horizon, I hate to say it, but I will. AI is the story of the hour. That is what clients are starting to be really concerned about from a couple of different perspectives. One, of course, is a regulatory perspective. The landscape around AI regulations is shaky at the moment. Companies don't really know what laws are applying to them, what will be applying to them, starting with the EU AI Act, but then also here in the United States between executive orders and different states taking action. And what that really means for the clients that we work with is that they have a governance issue, right? They really are trying to understand how they're using data, when they should be, disclosing that they're using AI, what kinds of protections should be put on the AI that they use. And the truth is, a couple of years ago, we had a lot of clients coming to us saying, I would like to create a policy that prohibits anybody in the company from using AI, right? Really what they meant was they didn't want their company information or personal information being put into ChatGPT. But from a, more holistic perspective and going forward, AI is it's the thing that is helping companies to grow. It's helping companies to innovate. So balancing the, concerns and risks around AI, including regulatory risks, but, there are other risks as well. And balancing that with, putting actual governance and rules and thoughtfulness around the approach of using AI. And that's what I see as being kind of the bulk of the work that will be coming our way this year.
So Jackie, you've got a ton of experience in the privacy space, mostly on the compliance side. And in the opportunity that we've had to work together so far, I can tell there aren't too many things you haven't seen before and haven't done before. But is there something in particular that you just really enjoy doing, even at this stage in your career, that you just love doing for clients?
I really love doing a full privacy program assessment, remediation, and that honestly comes so much from my consulting background. Right? It's legal work for sure, because we're talking about how to comply with the laws. But so much of it is more related to the business operations. How do you integrate these rules and requirements in a way that is not going to stymie business, that's not going to get in the way of actually, making a profit, right? So many clients, I think, grapple with their in-house counsel and their external counsel telling them, no, you can't do that. And certainly, we would never tell a client not to comply with the law, but taking a step back, helping a client think through the kind of risk-based approach of implementing a program where they can use data in a way that they're comfortable with, that meets their business needs, and that also meets the regulatory, expectations. That's what I really like to do. I, am always happy to help a client when they come to me with a specific need or question. But I like the kind of bigger projects from really digging into the client and really getting to know them.
So enough about you as a lawyer. What do you like to do for fun?
I have 3 adult children, and I love it when they visit me, and I love to do things with them. We have a lake house that we like to spend time at. We'll be spending some time skiing over Christmas. And so family time is really the driving force behind everything that I do.
All right, then I think that's going to do it for this episode, this special episode of A Little Privacy, Please. So Jackie, welcome to NP. Welcome to A Little Privacy, Please. We're delighted to have you. Looking forward to working with you. And for all of our audience, this is going to go live, I think, after New Year. So Happy New Year to everyone. And we'll see you next time.